So these people, the naysayers, the ones that got really sick, and the ones that are being scammed, sorry, you're going to have a laugh, is that, what did you eat? About 12 donuts and then put Arii on? Are you,
You're so right. You're so right, Alba.
Let's have some introspection and emotional intelligence about our well-being and how we approach our health. There's a blame culture going on, and has been, because if we can't blame someone, then the onus and the responsibility to self-reflect diminishes, right? Oh, he's bad, and this person's this, that person's that, because we find it difficult to go inwards, and it's easy to blame someone. So when we're making a decision to purchase someone, is Donald and Barbara putting a gun on somebody's head to say, buy this? Let's take a bit of accountability that you've bought in to what we are saying, right? And we didn't force you, you aligned with it. And then you want to blame and attack with, you having what you should be happy about is you're seeing it work. If you're getting some kind of, adverse reaction, that's showing you that, my body might be a bit more toxic than I thought, exactly. And you persevere.
Well, they just don't know what to expect. They're not herbal minded, or if they are herbal minded and they're willing to try it, they don't know what to expect. We're trying to help people understand that this is what to expect. It's like Colton, they called me and said, is this, he's going through this ordeal. And I says, yeah, stick with it, because they're detoxing, and you got to understand what it means to detox. And some people think that nothing is going to happen, and it does. Especially if it's taking metals out of the brain. If it's doing that, you're going to have a slight headache, maybe. The trouble with essential oils is you can become really toxic with it. It gets too much. You get too much of the oil, and so that's not good. And
well, that actually leads me to conclude with. I didn't actually want to conclude with this, but the post that I sent you, Donald, about the defamation that this person is doing with Arii. He mentions this, that the use of oils require careful consideration by a medic. As it's been linked with negative symptoms and damage. Adverse reactions from essential oils are possible and likely. Damage related to children. Concentrated oils are very risky for children and should be avoided. So he's got his facts really wrong, because he further alludes to many testimonials. I haven't had any testimonials or anybody feedback to me directly. They've all gone to this person who's obviously on board with Arii somehow in the complaints department, because I haven't had news. But he's putting this publicly, saying that once the children are given Arii, they suffer from nausea, headaches, and stomach problems, sometimes in a violent manner, and the days on end. My wife's research, because obviously she's a pro and some form of scientist, she's not. She dug all the information on Arii. We know the general medical opinion on this is, the subject is what I just said. It's not okay to use essential oils around baby, especially newborns, because of their sensitive skin. And oil shouldn't be used on infants around 3 months old. And even when diluted, respiratory systems can also suffer. Diffusing oils around infants around 6 months old is not okay. Go ahead.
In reality, he's correct. Essential oil. We don't use an essential oil.
But I know that.
And so, he's correct in his research, probably in that respect. But because the herbs are not extracted that way, we don't use. It's extremely potent. That's why they have to have a carrier oil to dilute it, because it can be extremely toxic. My wife and I are working with cosmetics and out of England, and they in some of their teachings, they teach us when making creams and so forth that essential oils are extremely toxic, and you have to be careful, because some people are allergic, and I think it's because of their intensity. And the beauty of extracting it the way we do, that is the properties, it doesn't come into an oil. It comes, I mean, and this, it's steamed. We don't do that. So when we extract the properties into olive oil, grapeseed oil, excuse me, it doesn't have that same effect because it's not steamed for some reason, and I don't totally understand it because I don't use essential oils.
Yeah.
But that's my only take on what this gentleman is saying, is that he's right, because the essential oil can be extremely toxic.
But they're not in Arii.
But they're not in Arii brand.
I know. And that's the sad thing, because we've said this. We say that even in the video that we showed. I'm looking to you, Carol or Janice, with your opinion on what's just been said. But we're saying that this isn't an essential oil. It's been distilled using the sun, and a completely different process. So the reason why we did this today is to give as much information, address these concerns, and say a prayer for this individual that feels hell-bent on assassinating what we do without. Yes, I agree with you, Donald, that he's right in what he's saying, but